I'm Thomas John, a world-renowned psychic medium with many celebrated clients. They communicate with me and give you messages to share with the living. Tonight, Whitney Houston delivers messages to friends, fans, and loved ones. Whitney has things that she wants to tell everybody. She said you spied on her.
Her child is now in a hospital bed.
That's crazy.
I'm not making this shit up.
I feel like I wasn't there for Whitney. She trusted you.
I'm asking for her forgiveness. That's why I'm here today.
Stop! Stop it!
This is Dinner with the Dead.
My name is Thomas John. I am a psychic medium. I speak to the dead. I connect to the other side.
He's an internationally renowned psychic, Thomas John.
Thomas John.
Here he is, Thomas John.
I first realized that I had these abilities when I was 4 years old. I saw my dead grandfather. I was born this way. It's all I remember. I don't have a memory of not seeing dead people, so I don't really know what that would be like. I see a male that's passed away for you guys. Is there a husband or a boyfriend? When I connect with the other side, I can see things, I feel things, I will hear a voice in my head, I will see apparitions. Dead people don't freak me out.
No.
The living people are a little scary, but not the dead ones. I am hosting a dinner party for Whitney Houston. We are going to honor and celebrate her memory, and I've invited some important people to her, some friends, some fans, some people that she worked with, but what they don't know is Whitney is actually going to be at this dinner, and her spirit is going to be giving these people messages.
My name is Al Bowman, and I was known as Al the Limo Man for the better part of my adult life. I was Whitney Houston's limo driver for 15 years. I drove her to the Grammys, to the American Music Awards, parties, and other special events. I really cared about Whitney Houston. Let's say I had found myself in a situation where we were under a violent attack. I would have defended her with my life.
I'm Susan Pinsky. I live in Pasadena with my husband, Dr. Drew. He is a medical doctor, also works in media. I have always been a big Whitney Houston fan, and I miss her.
My name is Ellen LeVar, and I was a friend to Whitney Houston and her hairstylist for 25 years. When it came to our relationship, she knew that she could trust me and she could depend on me. As far as our friendship was concerned, you know, we had a lot of fun together, and she knew that anytime, you know, she needed somebody, she could call me up and I'd be right there.
I'm Alan Rich, and I'm a songwriter. I co-wrote the song Run to You from the Bodyguard movie and soundtrack. Writing that song totally changed my life. The soundtrack sold like 42 million copies.
I'm Ivory May. I work as a plus-size model, and I am the biggest Whitney Houston fan. I heard her when I was like 6 or 7, and I'll never forget it. I'm really excited about tonight. I mean, I don't know who's gonna be here. It would be awesome if Bobby Brown showed up. I would be like, Bobby!
My name is John Recor. I am 39 years old from New York City, and I'm a huge Whitney Houston fan. I think I'm the biggest fan. Hello? I was always made fun of as a kid for loving Whitney. You know, boys weren't supposed to love the diva. I guess we have to go to dinner.
Yeah.
Time for dinner.
Save that for later.
Okay.
You can answer that.
I'm excited because I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what's coming.
There is a lot of anticipation as to what this whole thing's about. And who are all these people?
I'm
Great
a little
people.
freaked out being in this room.
It does seem eerie, I
I
don't
know,
know.
it's really weird.
Everybody was feeling a little spooked because the house had a vibe to it that was a little mysterious.
It feels very grand, and it feels very old.
It's like that movie Clue.
I have not met these people before. I don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about me. Good evening and welcome. As you all know, you have been invited here to celebrate the life of Whitney Houston. But what you don't know is that Whitney will be joining us for dinner. Whitney is really excited to be here tonight. She has a message for each and every one of you.
That's crazy.
When he said Whitney Houston was there, I swear to God, I got the chills.
Whitney is here with us tonight.
You've got to be kidding.
And also, your relatives and your friends, the people that you knew in your life, will also be here tonight connecting with you. I know some of you may be skeptical, but I just ask that you be open to receive a message from the other side.
This is too crazy.
It's too much.
This is
It was my understanding that we were just there to toast Whitney and celebrate her life and exchange pleasantries.
I believe in the spiritual world, but I'm not sure yet.
Here's a toast to everyone that's here, there, and everywhere, and blessings from the spirit world. I know you are all brought here for a reason, and thanks for being here. Cheers.
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 Yeah.
Cheers to Whitney and her greatness.
Cheers.
I hope Whitney Houston is not mad at me in the spirit world for having exposed parts of her private life.
I feel like there's some people she wants to confront, some people she wants to say hi to.
What is it that Whitney wanted to tell me? I felt really guilty about not being there with her in LA when she passed.
Oh, she's starting to come. For some reason, she's starting with you, actually. Did you not know her in the physical?
No.
So you weren't close to her, right?
No.
You never met her?
I never met her.
Do you like defend her a lot? She's telling me like you kind of speak out for her, or you defend her.
I always have.
Yeah. She really feels like he is such a strong advocate of hers, so she just took a real liking to him. Do you have a dress of hers?
Oh my gosh.
I actually own several of her stage-worn costumes, and I treasure them like nothing else. Of course, the first thing people say is, how did they fit? And I've never tried them on. A true fan would never touch them like that.
She can't believe the price you got it for.
She's so right.
Who's Norm?
My father.
All right. Okay, pushing Whitney out of the way. That's great.
That's great.
Whitney is ready to start. She's ready to talk. She's ready to communicate. But then Alan's dad, Norm, is like pushing her out of the way. Your dad's passing is recent, right? Like last 2 years? Okay. What's this, a mustache?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's got the mustache.
He did have a mustache.
The thin mustache.
He
Very
did.
nicely
I cannot
tamed.
believe you said that. He did.
Well, I'm not making this shit up.
People are starting to get a little freaked out and they're believing it.
Whitney is saying that she met you at a very pivotal time in her life. She's saying that she kind of thinks of you like before she met you and after she met you. Hold on. She's saying it wasn't personal. I was in a bad space, in a bad place, and there were people that were blocking her.
Whitney was supposed to record my song for her Christmas record. It was the last day of recording and she didn't show up for the session. So my song was left off the record. It really hurt me and I was really mad at her. Whitney Houston apologizing to me? This is crazy because it's something nobody else would know.
I feel that Whitney wants to tell your husband that if he was one of the first people that kind of was out there talking about her crossing.
Yeah, they
But
usually call him first
Uh-huh.
because he's an addiction specialist.
Right. She feels that he really kind of defended her and said, was like, hold on, let's look at the bigger picture here, let's look at that.
How many more people are we going to have to lose? How many more treasures are going to be taken from us?
My husband has a big place in his heart for anybody who's died of addiction, and it's not it doesn't make them a bad person, and nobody's to blame when an addict passes away from a drug addiction because it is a disease.
She just wants to thank your husband, so.
Well, I will definitely give him that message, and I appreciate that. This means a lot to me and my husband to get a message from Whitney Houston that she liked the way that he portrayed her on television.
She loves you, though. I'm just gonna be honest. Would she fuck with you when you did her hair? Like, would she? She said I was such a shit. That was a pain in the ass, dude.
I would do her hair and then I turn around and something would be sticking out.
She didn't realize how impossible she was, and now she's crossed over. She realizes that she was a pain to deal with the hair.
You're gonna have to give me some more champagne. Wow. I'm totally shocked out of my mind because that's not something you can find online or anything.
She's talking about her death. She said, don't feel like you could have prevented that or stopped that, because she's saying that you you feel a little bit like maybe I should have called, maybe I should have checked on her. How was she doing? What was going on?
I tried to.
Yeah.
I feel guilty about Whitney's death because I was supposed to go on tour with her, and then I went to Florida. I went to visit my mom, and they wanted me to do Whitney's hair. I said, well, I can't do it now, but I can do it on my way back from Florida. I feel that if I had been there, maybe she wouldn't have been alone.
I'm going to tell you, I think her daughter's already transitioned.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. She's with Whitney right now. Now, could she come back into her body? Maybe. I feel, though, she's with Whitney. She wanted to be with her mother. She wanted to be over there. She didn't want to be here anymore. Whitney was not trying to commit suicide or end her life. It wasn't her intention to cross over. Whitney has told me that it was Bobby Christina's intention to end her life.
I can't believe that he just said that. All of our hearts just dropped.
It's hard talking about Chrissy because Chrissy's a part of me. It's so painful to watch her struggle like that. I just was hoping that we would be able to save her. And we didn't make it.
Are you okay?
I haven't really accepted Whitney's passing yet,
Right.
so it's really just really hard for me to talk about her.
Right, I understand.
And then with her daughter, it's even harder.
Right. I feel like she wanted to connect with you a little bit more privately. She knows how much attention is around her daughter right now.
Yeah.
She knows that you've been there a lot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Since Bobby Christina has been in the hospital, I've gone to see her every week. It's been difficult. It's been very difficult.
She's saying that, I know that we made a promise about my daughter, that you'd always check, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She said you guys made sort of like an agreement. And she's saying that, don't feel like you didn't fulfill your agreement,
That's so crazy because the last time I went to see Chrissy, I just felt like her spirit wasn't there, but I was torn because I promised to always be there for her. And when I go to the hospital and I see her there on that machine and there's nothing in her eyes, it hurts. One of the things I struggle with is Chrissy doesn't know I'm there.
No, she
and
doesn't.
if she does know I'm there,
Yeah, Whitney knows you're there, and since Chrissy's transition, she knows you're there too. I think she almost came through to tell you it's okay.
thank you.
I'm sending you lots of love. From
Yeah, I
Whitney.
feel so much better.
I feel that, I don't know, Whitney's around you, but it's like negative. Did you guys have like fights, issues?
Well, I, have done a lot of stories about Whitney and the things that I saw in the limousine. I have revealed very intimate details of her, in the back of a limousine, which is a very private situation.
She said you spied on her.
You spied on her in the limo?
I had an intercom system. I tended to eavesdrop on people,
You kidding?
And Whitney wants to know, why did you have to talk about Bobby like that? She used to love you so much. She would rub you, grab
That's
you.
true. She used to call me baby.
Yeah.
And you would take that, and then
that's-
you would tell that stuff to the newspapers?
I told
That's
some of
what
that
I
stuff,
think.
but it wasn't salacious enough for them. So
So you decided to just give the salacious stuff so you could get on the next TV show?
Whitney really wants Al to know that she knows what he did, and she knows that he backstabbed her.
I've seen some things about with Whitney, with Bobby. I would never, ever say it in public. Al is fucked up.
The stuff we're hearing from you is, yes, I loved her, but did you really? Because you're not really giving us that.
I don't think I really deserve to be ganged up on like that.
So Al, what were you, hoping to get tonight?
I really, I wanted Whitney's forgiveness on all this.
Let me tell you, the reason she got you to drive her was because she trusted you.
Yeah.
She wouldn't called you back if she didn't trust you. And for you to betray her trust like that, hurt her.
But I didn't really hurt
It
her.
hurt her.
I'm asking for her forgiveness. That's why I'm here today.
Her child. who is now in a hospital bed. She was suffering. Her mother died, and you would put something negative like that in the paper.
It's just starting to get crazy. I mean, people are screaming at each other at the table. I've got dead people screaming in my ear. I'm just like, ugh.
But we've told
So you lost
she's not telling you.
Well, we learned his lesson.
You know what? Stop it!
Whitney wants you to leave.
Are you kidding me?
No. No. I think you should step out now.
I'm not surprised that Whitney was like, get out, because she'll put you out in a minute. I'm surprised that it took her that long. I thought she would have put him out as soon as she walked in the room and was like, oh, you the person that been talking all that trash, you don't even need to be here.
I'm feeling like spirit overload. The dead people want to talk to the living people just like the living want to talk to the dead. And they know, oh my God, you know, I have to get this message through and this is my moment to do it. Marilyn Monroe, Michael Jackson, Liberace, Anna Nicole, John Gotti. There's definitely some other dead famous people that want to have a dinner party.